Welcome into the Daily Dish. It's Friday. So can we call this a hit show? The hit show, Rapid Fire Friday. It's time to do it here on the Illini Inquirer YouTube. Trevor, fire up the music. Let's go.
If someone wants to give us an award so we can call it award-winning too, I would not turn that down. But for now, we'll call it a hit show. Question number one, who is the single most important visitor for Illinois football this weekend?
That's a good question here. Let me pull up the list to make sure I'm not. It's a smaller group, guys, and that's different than that first weekend, right? That first weekend was a lot of players, a lot of headline players. But you would think it's Jaheim Clark Fields, right? Because that feels like a commit that's right there for you to take, and you can address the position back there in the defensive backfield. He's not the guy with the biggest offer list. That certainly isn't him, but I think you want to get the guys that you feel like you can get, and he has to be on that list. But as I continue to go through this, is it not Mason Murrigan?
Yeah, I think that's the clear answer here, because I think Chris Tarek out of Glenbard West, he'd be the biggest get. He's the highest ranked prospect. Michigan, Iowa, Wisconsin are your competition. So if you can land him, he'd be a headline, right? Like, he'd be one of the better gets of this class. For you to have three offensive linemen, it seems like a long shot that you'll get him, but he does like the in-state sell. Zachary Tobe, safety out of Florida, that's got a good offer list. I really like Fama Toure. Like, I know we're focused on Malik Elzy, and Rutgers being the home state school for Toure out of New Jersey. Could be the hard one to get, but he's 6'3", 200 pounds, physical, but has some athleticism to him. So I like him a lot, but I think it's Murrigan just because you need more defensive linemen. Harkless was a great start. Jamarian Harkless was a great start. But Murrigan seems like a really good evaluation for them. He is camping at some other schools, including Purdue, Michigan, Cincinnati. So he could get another offer. So that's why there might be some urgency to close down on a kid that I think can add some pass rush, add some depth at a position that I still think needs to be addressed more in this class, Joe.
Which Illini basketball transfer exit will the team miss the most this coming season?
I think it's Jacob Grandison, just because there's not a lot of guys that you know are definitely going to make a big leap, right? Like, we expect everyone to kind of be better. But Jacob Grandison, having somebody there that you know is going to average 10 points a game, that's a nice thing to have. And I think having a veteran, established, a leader, a vocal guy, I think Grandison will be missed. But can I mention it, Joey? There's two freshman guards, and if one gets hurt, and you see Curbelo go for 20 and 10 one night at St. John's, maybe in a loss. I get it. But there could be times, especially defensively, I think you miss Curbelo, and there could be times if these freshmen struggle, like, is either of these freshmen going to be as good as Curbelo was his freshman season? We remember sophomore season Curbelo a lot, but man, first year Curbelo was pretty dang good. So it is Grandison because of what you have coming in at guard. I know you got some good coming in at on the wing as well. But it's kudos to Brad Underwood that they've been able to get some guys. I guess you could go, Joey, and I don't want to steal your thunder. Okay, go ahead. You say it.
Let me agree. I do agree with you that Grandison is the most proven, right? The most proven player. Obviously, Duke wanted him. But I think you've reloaded on the wings with Terrence Shannon, with Matthew Meyer, with Ty Rogers. I do wonder about big man depth, and I think if you could get one of those Benjamin Bossman's Verdant games where he goes in there and he plays his butt off defensively, he's not going to give you a lot of points. That's probably not going to be who he is.
Gives you a lot of muscle load, Joe.
A lot of muscle, a lot more muscle than I have. I don't know about you. You've been the push-up king of Illini Inquirer, so I don't know if he's got you beat. But man, he does. I just think that there's gonna be like a game or two where you miss him a lot, maybe more than that. And I think you'd probably miss Grandison more consistently over the season. But outside of Dane Danger, Coleman Hawkins, you'd have to throw Brandon Lieb in that mix. What happens if there's foul trouble? And I know they're going to play differently. I just think there's going to be a couple games where people think, man, I wish the Boss Mans was here.
I will miss Bossman's most because I have to retire the GIF. And two, I will miss Curbelo for the interviews. I will miss him for media responsibilities.
stat wise, people are going to look. You're exactly right, though. People are going to see Curbello's numbers because I think he's. I mean, I don't think the guy's not talented. I think he's going to have a chance to put up some good numbers. And be like, oh shoot, yeah, that's when he's on. That's what he can do, and then he's really, really good.
How many of the comments below are going to be Curbello was a bad basketball player or something like that? Like just so he's supposed to be polarizing, even after he's gone.
As soon as you mention his name, I thought it doesn't matter what else we say. This is what all the attention's going to be.
If Illinois football could add one Big Ten West player to its current team, who would you pick?
I have two options. Both are on the same team. But I think if you could put Riley Moss across from a Devin Witherspoon and replace Tony Adams in that spot, that would be pretty ideal. And I know that they've got some options there at cornerback, but I think you put him back there and that secondary really takes a step forward. My honorable mention, he might even ultimately take it over if I think more about this, would be Arlen Bruce. I love the sophomore wide receivers that Iowa has, love them. And I think at a position of need, like those are the two positions that come to mind for me. I think I might know where you're going, Werner, if it's not one of those two, but those two positions come to mind.
It's Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
it's quarterback. Like give me a quarterback. Like Tommy DeVito, maybe he has a great year. But I've seen what Aiden O'Connell did last year, and it makes you wonder, like, why didn't he play more? Some of the quarterback decisions that Jeff Brown's made over the years have been interesting, but I agree with you in Iowa in the receivers. I love their receivers. Keegan Johnson would maybe be one of the guys I'm considering. Listen, I could go find a defensive lineman at Iowa, right? I can go find somebody there. It does say something about quarterbacks that Aiden O'Connell would be my top Big Ten West quarterback that I'm kind of looking at there, but that's where you have to look, right? Like that is still the position. I have no idea. I have no idea what Illinois has, if it's good enough at the Big Ten level. You hope Tommy DeVito can be that. And I don't think Illinois knows yet what they have at that position. So, Wisconsin's quarterback, probably not taking one of them. Tanner Morgan.
Except for that one game. I don't know if you remember that one game.
That's right. Tanner Morgan, I don't think so, right? Like Mo Ibrahim, I don't need a running back. Maybe you could take an offensive lineman, but I think Illinois likes what it has there. So for me, the most important position I think they need to upgrade is still quarterback, and Aiden O'Connell seems like the top in the Big Ten West. Yeah,
Aiden O'Connell was if it wasn't somebody on Iowa, it was him. And I don't know. I don't know what Tommy DeVito is going to be. I literally have no idea, and that's what makes it tough and something I might end up regretting picking who I picked, but O'Connell's a great pick.
I mean, I love Peter Skoronski, offensive lineman, offensive tackle, Northwestern, but I think Aiden O'Connell and a quarterback makes a bigger leap for Illinois' roster.
Yeah, this isn't picking the best player in the Big Ten West. This is a compliment to the roster.
Late game scenario for Illinois basketball. Who are you drawing up to take the shot?
You just spent 2 days talking to Brad Underwood, listening to him talk about Matthew Meyer's shot making ability. I know there's been a little bit, you'd like to maybe see some bigger numbers in some aspects there. But do you want the guy who's played in these huge games like that? I mean, to me, it's him or Shannon until someone proves it otherwise, no?
I think there's kind of this misnomer of like, hey, the play's definitely going there. It's a play with options, right? So I think the key is, who do you trust to make the decision? And that's a great question. Is it Sky Clark? Is it Jaden Epps? Is it Ty Rodgers, even though he's not a shooter? Like, that's fascinating to me. Or is it Terrence Shannon and Matthew Meyer because they have experience of doing these things, but neither I would qualify as like, yes, unbelievable passer, or Joey, is it Dane Danger in the Trevion Williams role? Who are we overlooking there? I think it's got to be one of the guards, right? Like Jaden Epps or Sky Clark's going to have to make those decisions at some point, but that's a fascinating. I have no answer for you, Trevor, because I haven't seen these guys play together. It should be the guard. But they're freshmen. So I would side with Sky Clark / Jaden Epps. I just kind of, should I give them a name? Like how do we combine those names? Sky's so easy, but like I got to combine those two because it's whoever's on the court, whoever's in top guard. I don't know who that is quite yet, but Sky or Jaden Epps would be my answer, but I don't know if that's the right answer.
Remember when this was the easiest question ever, and it was just Io for 3 years.
Io. Try to guard. Clear out for Io. That was easy.
Luke Ford signed an NIL deal with WWE. What other Illinois athlete would make the best professional wrestler?
So we're a year late, but Kofi would have been awesome, right? With his athleticism and his size and his personality, Kofi would have been a slam dunk. Keith Randolph, like WWE's personality, right? Keith Randolph is the answer to so many questions when it comes to personality because his is awesome. I feel like he's athletic as all get out. I feel like he could be a guy who, with his personality and his athleticism and his size with that athleticism, would be a fan favorite. Like, I hate that I always go back to, well, it could probably is Keith Randolph, but it probably is Keith Randolph.
You know, there's other people on the team that have personalities there, Joey, including one big, mean, cussing offensive lineman named Alex Palczewski. Palcho, the Polish something, whatever they want to call him. Yes, it's Palcho, man. Like, he screams WWE to me. Like, I know he's not as out there as Keith Randolph is, but I think he could pull it off. So I'm going Palcho. Size, the meanness. I think he'd be a great heel.
I think he'd be a great interview. He's a fun interview for us. I think if you got to take the wheels off and let him go, I think that'd be fun.
I've got nothing here. I don't understand WWE at all. And finally, what's one fast food item that you could eat every day for a month straight? With the clarification from Joey, of course, that it has to come through a window to count as fast food.
Okay, the of course was probably not necessary.
So who does that eliminate?
Well, listen, okay. You're getting a little...
No, I'm just wondering if there's like a place that you can go in but doesn't have the drive-through window. Like
but you would think of like a Penn Station would be in that mix.
Okay.
Like any like casual dining. I want to throw meatheads where they have a window. Like Five Guys, Chipotle.
Some Jimmy John's have the drive-through. Some do not.
Oh my God! Of course you're going Jimmy John's.
No, I'm not going Jimmy John's. I'm not.
Jimmy John's.
I was built for this. I want to know where you're at.
For me, like, there are so many places nowadays. No one could be happier about the chicken finger restaurant explosion than me. I could have chicken fingers every day of the week. And the fact that there's like so many different places that have different sauces, different kind of chicken tenders. Oh, it's right up my alley. So I loved Raising Cane's when I didn't get it all that often. Now that it's like everywhere, I think Chick-fil-A is a little better than them. But you just give me the Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich. You know, some Popeyes are hit or miss of how they operate everything, but that chicken sandwich is consistently great. So I'm going spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes. I could have that every day.
We get on Chicken Strip Row in Charlottesville.
You want to tell everybody about Chicken Strip Row, which was heaven. I will go back to Charlottesville just for Chicken Strip Row. They had 6 chicken finger restaurants within a mile or two, Trevor. It was glorious. And all of them basically backed up except for KFC.
Yeah, that was kind of the last person there could have turned the lights off. Where'd we order from? It's like a bicycle.
We got Zaxby's, which reminded me of Tim Beckman and Zaxby's, which Zaxby's was phenomenal. I would love if a Zaxby's were up here.
Yeah, I don't know that I would go back to Charlottesville on account of the Uber situation, but yeah, the Chicken Strip Row was nice. To me, it's just a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit from McDonald's. Maybe it's because I'm never awake for breakfast. The time that I can get there by 10:30, oh, it's the best. They're a little costly. The cost has gone up. Hardee's usually has coupons for a better special. But the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit from McDonald's, not a McGriddle. The McGriddle's good as a nice curveball every now and then, but just give me the tried and true.
I haven't been to a McDonald's in unless I'm on a road trip, and it's just one of those middle of nowhere stops. I'm not going out of my way to go to a McDonald's. They took away our chicken wraps, Jeremy.
Oh, they took away chicken wraps, the chicken fingers, everything. My buddy works at McDonald's. I keep telling him, why you keep taking away the stuff I actually eat from there? Like, listen, it's good stuff. I just try not to eat it all the time. Joey, you went more plain than I thought. Like, it's good. I can't argue with a good breakfast sandwich. But I was expecting some big time burger there.
You got to eat it every day. This is an everyday thing. We're everyday guys here, Jeremy, right? This is an everyday thing. And I'm telling you, if I was awake more, I go to McDonald's.
Everyday diary. That's what we are.
I go to McDonald's a pretty good amount, which should come to the surprise of nobody. But I don't go much in the mornings. And I feel like if it were backwards and I only went in the mornings, maybe I'd say like a McChicken. But just a big, oh man, just the best.
I would have gone hash browns over anything there. Hash browns would be on my, or tater tots from Sonic or something like that. Because Sonic, I'm not a big fan, but the tater tots, that would be my last meal. Would be tater tots from somewhere.
That's it.
That would be that'd be a side, Joey. I'd have Hooters chicken wings, a ribeye from somewhere, tater tots, and probably some mint chocolate ice cream or something like that.
Oh, I figured healthy Jeremy was definitely going to drop a Jimmy John's sandwich or something on us.
Meal.
Oh yeah, dude. You work out so you can eat some delicious stuff. It's moderation, man. You just gotta be in moderation.
Something I've tried that I thought would make me feel better about being healthy that does not work for me is the Jimmy John's unwich, where it's the lettuce instead of the bread. In theory, it works because it removes all the calories, but there's just mayo everywhere and the tomatoes gross, and I can't do the lettuce sandwich.
I do it every once in a while to make me feel better about eating the chips, Trev. But yes, it is a little bit of a mess. It is a little bit of a mess.
Day old French bread. Give me all the day old French bread. It's 49 cents.
That's going to do it for Rapid Fire Friday. Comment below who had the worst takes, who had the best takes. Do all that. Everybody have a great weekend. And we'll talk to you next week here at Illini Inquirer.